It was a dark evening. Snowflakes drifted down onto the street, wide and soft as open palms, and the cold was so sharp you wouldn't send a dog outside in it. And yet, along the snow-covered path beneath the lamplight, a small figure was moving. It seemed to be listening closely to every sound around it. At each house it stopped, pricked up its ears, and when nothing stirred, it went on. The creature's face could not be seen, but its walk had a gentle sway, and judging by the nearby mailboxes, raised a little higher by their white caps of snow, it would have reached no higher than an adult's waist. It left behind oval prints, and whenever it paused, only the faintest hollow remained, as if it weighed little more than a quiet sigh. A cloak the color of the night sky curled along its body. The hem trailed behind, and with each step the creature carefully smoothed its tracks away again. On its head it wore a curious pointed thing, down which the snowflakes slid. Some caught in a deep fold at the edge of the covering. It was clear that the moment it stepped into warmth, those places would begin to make the strangest little splashing sounds as snow turned back into water. Suddenly the creature froze. From one of the houses came the sound of children laughing. The small figure sprang across the narrow walkway with surprising quickness. In that swift movement it seemed even smaller. Anyone watching might have thought a squirrel was searching a snowdrift for a hidden nut. The moment it reached the wall of the house, it climbed in a flash to the first floor, where children's shadows moved, and pressed its face to the glass. Inside, the children suddenly grew calm and began to yawn. With soft smiles, each one found their way to bed, snuggled comfortably beneath the blankets, and closed their eyes. At that very moment, a quiet but unmistakable voice began to pass through the glass. It was soothing, like fingers gently stroking someone's hair, and sweet as iced tea on a summer day. And carried on its tones came a fairy tale.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess named Luna, who lived in the kingdom of dreams, where the night was magical and the moon lit the whole sky. One night, as Luna wandered through the gardens of her palace, the moon suddenly vanished. The kingdom was plunged into darkness, and all its people lost the night. The world was flooded with one endless day. Luna knew she had to do something to save her home. She set out to seek the wise owl who lived on the peak of the highest mountain. The owl told her that the moon had been stolen by an evil sorcerer named Nox, who wished to drown the dreamlands in eternal night so that no dream could ever bloom. Brave Princess Luna began the dangerous journey to Nox's dark castle. The road was long and filled with traps, but Luna did not turn back. When she reached the castle, she used her magic to slip inside unseen. Within the castle, she found Nox guarding the stolen moon. He had placed it on a great embroidered pillow, and several guards stood watch around it. The moon looked cold and sorrowful, as though it longed for its rightful place among the stars. "Return the moon!" Luna cried. Nox only laughed, but Luna stood firm. From her pocket, she drew a small silver flute, a gift from the wise owl, and began to play a melody that filled the castle with light and beauty. Weakened by the enchanted music, Nox began to lose his power. The moon broke free from his grasp and rose back into the sky. Once more, moonlight washed over the kingdom of dreams, and night and sleep returned to its people. Luna was celebrated as the hero who had saved her home from the curse of endless light. From that day on, Princess Luna watched over the moon each night, making sure it would never be lost again. And the kingdom lived happily beneath the shining white circle, filled with beautiful dreams and hope.
When the creature finished telling the tale, the children had long since fallen asleep. Without a moment's delay, the being drifted down like a feather to the base of the house and, in the faint remains of its own tiny tracks, skipped back toward the path along the wall. Once more it looked up at the window, but the whole house was breathing in a slow, steady rhythm. The creature nodded, satisfied. Its gaze turned to the horizon, where the first pale rays hinted at a new day. Reaching beneath its cloak, it drew out a beautifully ornamented lantern, inside which silver seeds fluttered and shimmered. In its small hand, it gave the lantern a gentle wave, and at once, from the very ground, graceful white bridges of moondust began to grow. One step was enough. The creature vanished, and with it, all the silvery glow. For a few moments the street lay in complete darkness, but then, slowly, light began to return to the corners from the surrounding lamps.